When my 9 to 5 gets harder, YouTube usually suffers, but this week was different. Welcome to my week 26 recap of being a YouTube content creator. For my stats this week, I now have 29 videos and 10 shorts published. I got 1,445 views. Of that, 1,208 were related to a short. I got 24 likes, I gained 2 new subscribers, and I have 21 watch hours. This week, we started doing system testing in my 9 to 5, which means I am overstressed and overwhelmed. And that usually carries over into everything else that I do, including all my YouTube tasks. Long hours and high mental output means that by the end of the day, I am worn out. Surprisingly, I was still able to keep up with all of my YouTube tasks, cook my dinners, and do 2 out of my 3 strength training sessions. This week, I also did more work resetting my home office. I took out the bulky treadmill that I had in here before, and I put in a walking pad. Mostly, I put in that walking pad so I have more flexibility to get some cardio in. I can move it over to my desk when I need to work at my computer, and I can still do some cardio while I'm having to do long office tasks or long works on my computer. And then when I'm actually away from my computer and I just want to watch some YouTube videos, I can move it back to the other side of the room where I can connect it to the big screen and I can just watch TV on the big screen while I'm still doing cardio as a way to continue to get movement in throughout the day. For YouTube related research, I was really trying to find a device that I can connect to my Insta360 Pro so that I can have better audio while I'm recording outside. And what I found is that the Hollyland Lark M2 that I already own can connect to the Insta360 and the audio comes out great. So that was a great find. Researching for my homesteading channel, I'm working on trying to find the best way to organize and store my seed packets. And I really want to find something that's really going to set me up for success. So I've been doing a lot of research using AI to try to figure out what's the best way to store my seeds and also how can I get the most out of them. Right now, they're all in this little container and they're hard to sift through. And I don't think that I'm organized enough to really get the most out of them. A lot of them, not a lot of them, but some of them have expired because I didn't use them in time. And so I'm looking for a system that's going to set me up for success in my garden in the years to come. For video editing, For video editing this week, I edited one full video and scheduled to publish it, and I started editing a second video. Why is that word so hard to say? For this week's video, I was focusing on finishing out my summer garden, and I also repaired an elevated garden bed that I had built 6 years ago that was starting to fall apart. Because I'm trying to keep my videos under 25 minutes long, the repair of the garden bed was about 20 minutes in itself. So I decided to split that video up in two. One video is going to be the fixing of the elevated garden bed, and then the second video is going to be the finishing out the garden, the planting of the garden. While I was able to script out a good theme for the fix of the elevated garden bed, I'm struggling with the second video as far as finalizing the garden. And because again, this is a journey driven channel, it's not about what I'm planting. It's not about, putting plants into the ground. It's about a journey. I'm really struggling with the script for the second video, but the first one I was able to script really easily. Is the second one that I'm struggling with. For recordings this week, I did 148 recordings. Out of that 148, 110 of them have been on my Insta. And all of the garden tasks that I did, I've been recording outside. Anything to do with my homesteading channel, I've been recording on my Insta. But my recaps, I'm still recording on my iPhone. And I don't know why. I feel like on my iPhone, it just looks better. And so I'm continuing to film my recaps on my iPhone, but everything else I've focused only using the Insta for. Most of my filming for my homesteading channel is being done either super early in the morning or really late at night because of the Texas heat. So we're in the heat of the summer here in Texas, and it is the worst part of the year for me. So I will get out in the morning really early before, I get up like at 6:15 in the morning. And so I brush my teeth and I go straight outside. That's all I do. I don't even have a cup of coffee. I check my garden, I do my watering, I do any tasks, and then I come inside. I am inside for the rest of the day. And then late at night around 8 p.m., when the sun gets down behind the tree line, is when I go back out and I do a second round of watering if it's needed. Because of the heat of the summer, sometimes I do need to do that second round of watering, or I just check and see if there's anything that needs attention in my garden. So my video with all of these clips that I've been doing either early morning or late at night, it's going to be a AM PM gardening video that I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to spin it, but I'm going to work on spinning it related to the time of hours that I am able to get outside. And I'm happy that I get a little bit of outside hours because in previous years before I was gardening, I wouldn't go outside at all. I would spend my whole day inside and not go out during the summer. And I'm finding that being able to get outside, even for a couple hours early in the morning and late in the evenings, has done a huge amount of benefit to me personally, especially in my mental health. Just getting some outdoor activity in has really helped. The one thing I do worry about as far as filming with the Insta is that it has a little flip up screen that I can look at that I haven't gotten used to not look at. And so I think the very first batch of videos that I've done, I have been looking up at that screen instead of looking at the lens, and it's going to show in my videos. It's probably going to be really annoying, but it's already been done. I can't go back and refilm any of that. I'm, gosh, a week and a half in at this point, and so I can't go I can't go back and redo those films, but I am going to have to keep in mind that when I'm filming, I have to stop looking at the little display screen and look at the actual lens. Do I have any spend for YouTube this week? And no, I do not have any spend. And honestly, I don't see me having to spend anything in the near future just because I think I'm finally at a place where I'm settled. I'm happy using CapCut and Clipchamp to edit my videos. I've got a great recording device with the Insta360 and the backup of the iPhone. The two microphones that I have, the Hollyland Lark M2 plus the Boya, have both been working great. So I think I'm pretty settled as far as YouTube spend goes. I don't think I'm going to need anything for a long time. For my schedule this week, surprisingly, I did really good, especially with all the stress that I've been having with my 9 to 5. I did get my video edited, scheduled to publish. And I also filmed daily the AM and the PM gardening tasks. I was able to do my strength trainings, except for the one. Um, what else? I got my dinners. Everything was pretty much on schedule this week, with the exception of the extra stress. I did fault on one place though. Because of the stress at work, something always has to give. And what gave this week was the calorie tracking. I did not the first 2 days of the week, I did track, but the third day I was like, this is too much. And I didn't track for the remainder of the week just to give myself a little rest from all of the stress that I was having. Do I have anything that I can list as an accomplishment for this week? And no, I don't think there's any accomplishments I can list this week. Let's talk emotions and physical well beings. Emotionally, it was a high stress week. And when I'm under one of these high stress weeks, something always has to give. And this week, it was just the calorie tracking. I tracked for Monday and Tuesday, and the rest of the week, I gave it up because it was just too much going on. Physically, I am starting to feel better. I'm starting to see relief from the menopause symptoms, and I think it's because of the strength training. I have kept up at least 2 out of the 3 of my strength training over the last few weeks, but I've also gotten in a lot of movement outside of just the strength training. I've been doing more cardio work, I've been working more in the garden, and I think all that movement has been helping. So even though I'm not tracking my calories, and I know I probably went over, the nutrition took a hit later in the week, that physical movement has really been helping a lot. Let's go over my goals. And my first goal is always to fill out my happy planner with the things that I want to do. So I wanted to make sure that I'm filling out my strength training session, the dinners that I want to eat, and my YouTube tasks. And so on Monday, I filmed my recap. On Tuesday, I did some editing and I created a short to promote the video that was coming out that week. On Wednesday, I edited some more. On Thursday, I edited some more. On Friday, I didn't do any YouTube tasks because I was working on resetting my office. I took out the old treadmill and then I put in the new treadmill and a new stand. On on Saturday and Sunday, I started editing the second video. My second goal is to journal daily, and this one also took a hit last week. I did journal maybe 3 days out of the week. And I don't know that I'm getting as much out of the journaling as I originally intended to. I really have to sit down and really think about what prompts I need to write into my journal to get the most out of it. But also, I need to do it too because I haven't been doing it regularly. So I think if I can find some prompts that I can put in there, pre-put in there, and make sure that I'm answering those prompts daily, it might help me get more out of my journaling. My third goal is to track my calories in my fitness pal, and this one took a hit because of all the stress that I was under. It did not happen. My last goal is to create a short every other week. This week I did create a short because I felt I needed to promote the video that had just came out. The view count was really low and I thought maybe creating a short would push more traffic towards it. It did not. But I do still think that the short that I created was really fun. I think it's one of the best shorts I have created to date. And so I don't regret creating it. It just didn't have the intended purpose that I wanted. So it was fun. It got a lot of views compared to my other short videos. So I'm really happy with the view count. I'm really happy that I put it together. It was lots of fun. I think it was great. It just didn't push the traffic that I was hoping to towards the main video. And while I am doing shorts and I'm going to continue to do shorts every other week, my main focus is going to continue to be the long form videos. This week, I feel like I reached a new milestone. I have published my 10th short. On all my shorts, the total view count is 8,363 views. To contrast that, the total views on my channel from the whole lifetime is 16,095. So that's a little over half of my views have been my shorts alone. While I do enjoy the shorts, I think I will continue to focus the majority of my attention on the long form videos. My friend, that is going to wrap up week 26 of being a YouTube content creator. I want to thank you for the privilege of your time, and I hope to see you again next week.